We are live.
We are live.
Both of us. Welcome to
Mother and son making sense out of nonsense.
Plus More. That's my
Plus
part.
more.
Plus More, that's my part. Plus More is my part. Okay, well, welcome. It's good to see you again. It's good to
You
see
too.
your face.
Yes, you too.
I like your face. I always have.
I appreciate it. It looks a lot like your face, so no wonder.
I was going to say I haven't met a mirror that I don't like,
Right.
but it's got to be the right lighting.
Now, that's the truth.
The truth. My word of the day is emphatic. 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 What does it mean? Thank you for asking. Forceful and clear. Emphatic means forceful and clear. Nicole's mother, let me just switch that. Nathan's mother was emphatic when she told him not to come home late again. She was emphatic. Nathan, don't come home late again.
That's a nice way of putting it. I love the word. Emphatic. You
Have
were
you ever,
you were just emphatic. Have I heard of the word? I have heard of the word, but it's not a word I use, but I'd like to use it.
well, I'm going to give you permission to use the word emphatic.
I really appreciate it. My word is I had a lot of choices. I kept seeing really good words this week. So, but this word I think is us. It's terminus.
What?
Terminus.
Terminus.
TERMINUS. Definition: a final point in space or time, the end or an end or extremity. Use it in a sentence. Oh no, I don't have a sentence. Never mind.
Well, that's terminus.
That is a terminus, and that is a terminus point of my segment for word of the week. I thought it was funny because it reminded me of Tarminer, which is a made up word for us, just for our viewers.
Speaking of making up words, terminer, I would love to. Terminer, that is a made up word, but let me get back to terminus because terminus feels turmoil, treacherous,
Mm.
feels
Oh,
terminus. Hi, little girl in the back. Hi, little girl. Hi, Looney.
I hear that. No, turmoil. It's actually, it doesn't have a emotional one way or the other vibe to it. It's just the end.
That
It's
could be
also
terminus.
the meaning of a terminus is either the end of a transportation line or a travel route. Terminus.
How about terminus, the end of of a lifetime?
The end of a lifetime or the end of our show or the end of
Get
our
it?
segment. This
It is
segment
the
is
end of
terminus.
it is the end of the set, and I'm going to be
Emphatic.
about it. It is the end of that topic. What did you? Oh, Terminer Day. I would like to stay on Terminer Day just for a second because one of my topics of the day is uh, getting embarrassed. Getting embarrassed, and so I just remember when I was younger, the word I would use instead of getting embarrassed, I would say, "Oh, I was crispy." And that crispy is a feeling of embarrassment, and that's a made up word. Terminer Day is a really made up word. Since you made it up, can you explain what it means?
Right, because crispy is not a made up word, but it's a made up definition. Tarminer is a made up word and a made up definition.
Which is fascinating.
It's amazing. So
Amazing.
Tarminer, I to be honest, I know it's probably
But
been
make it
about
quick.
it's been
We don't have
about
to go all the way back to your childhood now.
well, I did come up with the word in my childhood, which was about 35 years ago. And and to be honest, I still don't have a definition for Tarminer other than it's just I think it's a special, I would say it means special. It's not an everyday, it's a Tarminer day.
I like that. And so this is going to be part of our Creative Corner, our new segment, which is come up with something creative. Tarminer Day. Let's see if we can make that stick. Let me see if we can make Tarminer viral. But question, since you are the author and creator of Tarminer, how do you spell Tarminer?
Great question. I'm going to say Tariner.
Tar,
Tarmin.
Minor.
Tarminer.
Tarminer. So we're having a Tarminer show.
That's right. We are having a Tarminer show. Well, one could say every show is Tarminer.
Yes, Tarminer. Well, you have to keep Tarminer special.
It is special. It also has a little twist because the song was excuse me, it's a Tarminer Day, and it's special, but there's a burp, there's a little hiccup. It's a Tarminer.
Now, you know,
Now that's crazy.
we already teased everyone. Let's sing the song.
Well, let's save it for the end. So we'll keep them. Yeah. So if you want to hear the song, we'll do it at the very end.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I hope I don't forget because that is a good song. Speaking
Yes.
of songs, I'm just going to jump to this really quickly. We have to come up with, staying in our creative corner, creative segment. Creative corner. We have to come up with a song for the show.
That's right. That's right.
And I would like it to be a song and then also some rap.
Song and rap. Okay, this is good because we talked about this last week. Do we want to include the title in the song and the rap, or is that a given?
That is a given.
Okay.
That is a given. And I just have to say, shout out to you who came up with my theme song, Reality Spirituality. Reality. So it's the same kind of thing we have to do. The song has to have the title in a crazy kind of way with rap but fun. Fall de roll.
With Fall de roll. Okay, that sounds great. And I asked you about it because you really helped with that Reality Spirituality song. You told me exactly what you wanted. You said you wanted the name. You said you wanted it to repeat. I think you said a couple more things that just helped launch the song. And then question about Fall de roll. Did you come up with that word from that app, from that brain app, or no? Okay.
I don't use those apps, but I'm going to go back to the Reality Spirituality song. And if anybody listening hasn't heard it, you're missing out.
You're missing out.
But the other thing I said, this is back in the 60s when I was a little tyke before you were even imagined. There's the original Batman with Adam West. The original Batman. The song was da 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 Batman. Da 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 Batman. And then I gave you that example, and I'm sure I believe that I sent it to you so you could listen to it. But yeah, it was repeated, and then you came up with Reality Spirituality.
Oh, I don't remember that. Well, I know. Well, you don't have to send that song to me because I do remember that song.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, as you normally do, and that was a funny show and a funny version of Batman.
Yes.
And the theme song was great.
It was great. It's very good. So we are going to have to come up with the theme song, and I would love to do that live.
Okay. Well, stepping out of our creative corner, going back to embarrassment, Crispy, I really love that topic. Anything
yes.
You want to expand on?
I do want to expand on it because one of the questions that I ask always, and I say, do you get embarrassed? And 98% of the time people raise their hand. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I get embarrassed. And I just remember that embarrassment for me because I don't have it anymore. 99.9% of embarrassment. I just don't have any. I mean, look at me. And I don't get embarrassed. I mean, I can go out with plaids and pajamas and I just don't get embarrassed. Well, even if there's a reason to be embarrassed, like crap in my nose, I get over it. But back up to the embarrassment. So there's only one reason why people get embarrassed. Do you know why?
What's your reason why people get embarrassed?
The right reason is, the truth is, because they care what other people think. Can you get embarrassed by yourself alone?
Hmm. Well, that exactly. That's a good question. I think if I care about what other people think, I also care about what my mind thinks, and I can do that by myself. I mean, I've looked at videos of myself that I've made or things that I posted where
Oh.
I do feel embarrassed for myself by myself.
Hmm. Even now?
Yeah, yeah, even now, I'm trying to dig a little deeper with this word. I think it's a good word. What does that even mean? I'm embarrassed. For me, that means I have some shame about myself in some way. I'm not accepting myself. I wish it was different, and it hurts. I mean, the embarrassing, it has a ugh. It's got such a, it's like I ate something bad for me, like upsets my stomach.
Now I'm getting chills because you brought something up that I didn't even think about, and you're right about that. I remember looking at my old videos and especially the way that I talk to you with this forcefulness with I mean
And
there's
emphatic.
emphatic. It was an emphatic voice. It was, even though I still have that voice, but there's something there was something underneath. And maybe is this a story? But no, I could feel there was something underneath. I was very, believe it or not, audience, I was very pushy and very bossy.
This is lifetimes ago.
It is lifetimes ago,
And
but I do
luckily you're not pushy or bossy in any way anymore for any time, any reason.
well, that's not true. I'm very bossy and I am pushy, but I do it with love now.
Nice. Now that deserves a sip. Well, I love that topic, and yeah, I keep going. I was listening to you going back to acceptance, and I think of my performances and really thinking I was great, and it was great. But then looking back, there's something embarrassing about it. But for me, I'm just not accepting where I was then. That is where I was. I really was doing the best I could then. I'm just different now, which I could piggyback off of the next topic, which is that video you sent me. You just sent me that about flexibility. That woman was talking and about, okay, so that's how I did it then. This is how I do it now. And I'm going to do it differently in the next moment. Being so flexible with my perspectives, so flexible with my with all of it. Okay, we talk about customer service, we talk about the things that bug us. We're flexible enough to maybe not be bugged by our most common triggers on another day and then go back to being bugged. It's just flexible, flow. That
So
was whole.
let me give a little bit of context behind it. There, so the video was a woman describing, she was describing an awareness and what that awareness looks like, and she was making an analogy with somebody that's physically flexible, somebody that can stretch, and she was also making an analogy of a tree that's rigid, that doesn't bend, and how, I'm not going to say healthy, but how open and how open is so important, how flexibility not only in your body but in your mental is so important, not to be stuck on one specific perspective. And so just remain open to all possibilities, to all suggestions from the universe, and being able to bend. And I say bend in a split second, just change course. I'm on this course, I'm on highway 66, but guess what, I just exited and I'm on highway 82.
I love what you said about, because she did talk about physical flexibility. That is easy for me to understand. It's helpful to be flexible, bending over, picking up things, reaching back in my car to grab something, all of that. And then the mental flexibility, I haven't really thought of it that way. Mental flexibility, emotional flexibility. yeah, I'm feeling a certain way, I'm feeling a certain way, but I can turn it around. Flexible. And
And
I
that,
also thought, and the last thing is I also thought of, because the tree bending in the wind blows a certain way and the tree goes with the wind.
you just described it, and that's the whole thing. It is a mental game, and either you're rigid or you're able to be flexible, and that's flexible with everything, meaning that there is, okay, and this is one of my topics, this is about having a preference or having preferences. I was challenged on that. And because I said having no preferences is, of course, adds to contentment, happiness. I mean, being able to go with the flow. And then the argue back was, well, I don't like bitter food, or I don't like, maybe I don't like broccoli. That's a preference. I'm not talking about food, dumbass. But I didn't say dumbass, but I did think it. But having a preference and being stuck and rigid with that preference. I mean, look at where I've lived. Look at from California to Oregon to this crackerjack piece of having a preference. It's all a story, and just being able to let go of those stories.
Let go of the stories in the moment. I'm thinking that I didn't like olives for a long time. I didn't even try them. The whole thing was nasty to me. They're in a jar, they're floating around. They have pits in, some of them have pits. It just, the whole thing was just nasty for years. And then, so my story was, I don't like olives. I don't prefer olives. But one day, being open and flexible enough to still trying an olive, even though I don't like it. So I didn't like it yesterday. Maybe I'll like it today. That's what I would say to the broccoli person. Is I think we're allowed to have an experience. I didn't like it, but that was already yesterday.
I love that. So now, again, the practice is just being open, 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 staying open. Your topic, next topic.
All right. Well, I'm going back to last week of annoying others, loving others. What's happening when I'm picking up the cats? You were here. I say to you when I pick up the cat, so she doesn't like it, but I do it anyway. So unfortunately, I've had to really sit with that. And the way that I petted the cats this week, whenever I touch them, I pay attention to them. And it's really made a difference in my energy. And whenever I touch them or make contact with them. And if they're liking it in the moment, then I can keep doing it, but I don't just do it because I want to, the way that I feel.
And I have 2 words to say. You're welcome.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
And
I do really appreciate it. And the thing is, and you could
hold on,
probably,
it's my turn, Mr. Run On Forever.
please take your turn. Yes.
This isn't the Nate show, but okay.
It's not. No, I will take a sip. It's funny when you take a sip. I know, we'll bring it back. I just need to have my moment with the tea.
Oh, I know. But see, that whole example put a spotlight on me. And you telling me, don't drink the tea when I'm drinking the tea, Mom. This is behind the stage. Don't drink the tea when I'm drinking the tea, Mom. I don't like that. So then, oops.
Well, that's definitely the energy that I had, for
Yes,
sure.
of course. And then I had to say, then I was doing it because it was funny, but then there came a point where it wasn't funny, and it was just, I'm going to use the word, but I'm going to use it very lightly, mean. And so why am I being mean to somebody that I claim to love? And I do love you. And the meanness, it doesn't feel, and it's not about you, it is about me. And I just love circling back on that. It's just more awareness for me. And I don't want to, I mean, I definitely am, I bug people, not only you, it's just part of my nature, but I don't want to do it in a mean way. I don't plan it. That's something off with
Mm.
that.
Planet. That's interesting topic too. The spontaneity in the moment versus plan. Well, when they do this, I'm going to do this. Yeah. Well, thanks for shining the spotlight back on you. And I wanted to, I still wanted to keep it on you as a mother. It just wanting to hold your baby. You just want to hold your baby. I just want to hold these babies, touch these babies, pet these babies. And that's what I want to do for me. But it takes two. And that's an interesting topic too that I didn't plan on, but the whole parenting, what the parent does for the parent and what the parent does for the child, I think is a whole other topic.
What the parent does to try to control the child.
Exactly. And because it's for the parent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So jumping into that, my father wanted me to go to college, not for me, for him. He wanted me to have a degree. He didn't have a degree. He wanted me to have a degree. And I really didn't want to go to college. I didn't think I needed to go to college. And not because I'm some bright, beyond bright. I wanted to go in another direction, and it didn't involve college. But of course, this pleasing father, I didn't go to college. And what do I use a four degrees? What do I use that degree for now? It's just a plaque. It's just a, yeah, okay, I have a degree. And so what? It hasn't helped with anything as far as I'm concerned. And then it's a status thing. So you got all this ego status. That's just another a can of worms. But I definitely want to circle back to that.
Yeah, I love that story too, that college story. I'm trying, there's so many things coming to me. Well, I'll just go back to the cats just because it's the closest thing that I have is wanting them to behave a certain way for me. Well, if one of them meows more than the other one of them is more cuddly than the other one.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you just say one of them meows more than the other?
Yes, I did, and it's a big problem.
For them. Send those girls to me. Send those girls to me. I'll let them be themselves.
I'll send them to you. I remember you loving up on them, having a good time taking pictures, and then by the end you were pulling your hair out.
Well, it was time for them to go.
Right. Well, they're always here.
And that's by choice. The universe put them there in your lap, and the universe put them there in your lap to help you straighten your shit out. I mean, stuff out.
Well, you're right about that.
Yes. But seriously, anything, and that's what I want to say too. Another one of my topics is things happen when it's time to happen. My book, Program for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth, I just sent it to the formatters. So that's going to be published in less than a month. And I've been working on that program for unhappiness at least 5 years, Nathan, plus, from California all the time in Roseburg. I'm thinking, I'll sit in the middle of the forest and finish that book. No, I'm here 2 years in Nevada, 2 years. And yesterday, it got finished. And it's still not, you have to fine tune some things and put a book cover on it. But 7 years later, 8 years later, the book comes out. This truth for me is trusting that things happen when it's time. The baby comes out when it's time. The baby is born when it's time, not a week earlier. The baby was a week early. No, the baby came out when it was time. Oh, the baby's a week late. The doctors always give a due date. No, the baby pops out when it's time, unless there's some kind of medical problem. When it's time, and not 1 minute sooner or 1 minute later. And so that comes back to me and this impatience. I have this thing with Sean Tanko. It's been 6 years. Now it's in appellate court. 6 years. Okay, it's just not time for it to be over.
It's not time for it to be terminus, no matter how emphatic you are about it ending.
Baby, touche. I'll give you 5 extra points for that. That was genius.
And it's a genius topic. And I think of this, our show really helps me believe and trust in the right timing of things, of doing this when we're meant to do it. So many examples of this, to me moving out of New York, me moving to New York, just so many thoughts and stories of when I think something needs to happen. And it's really a relief. Talk about a program for unhappiness. That really is a relief and an entryway to happiness, to just believe that it happens in its time and then keep it moving.
Believe and trust, and I mean dig in. That is, I'm already done with this impatience. I'm done. I mean, 6 years, seriously, and going on, who knows, maybe 7, but I let go. Everything happens when it's time. The animals birth when it's time. The baby walks when it's time, talks when it's time. Let this shit go with my schedule, or scratch that, my ego schedule.
And all on different times. Every baby is birthed at different times, walks different time, talk, all of it. So once I do the comparing thing you talked about in the beginning, thinking, caring about what other people think, or also caring about what other people are doing. And unless it's encouraging, inspiring, enlightening, it's informative, helping me in a certain way, unless it's doing those things, it's really doesn't need my attention or my concern what anyone else is doing, unless I'm trying to learn from them. They're doing something I want to be doing research. Other than that, it's really a distraction from what's going on with me, and my personal journey is unique to me.
I'm emphatic, never compare, even though it's very difficult, but that emphatic comparing is terminus.
It's terminus to my happiness. Well, okay, Mom. Okay, you get 5 points too with the double.
I'm only copycatting you.
Yes.
Next topic.
Next topic is.
It's my turn.
Okay.
I just received this email today, and it's funny that people, or the world is just consumed with this terminus fear. So this email is trying to scare me. It's an email from my website, and it says, "We have hacked your website and extracted your databases. How did this happen? Our team found a vulnerability within your site, and we're about to exploit it. After finding the vulnerability, we were able to get your database credentials and extract your entire database and move the information to an offshore server." I didn't even read that. "We will systematically go through a series of steps and totally damage your reputation. First, your database will be leaked or sold to the highest bidder, which they will use with whatever their intentions are." I mean, what? And I'm reading this, and "We are willing to refrain from destroying your site's reputation for a small fee. The current fee is $3,000. Now, they just picked the wrong person. You can't, unless I'm walking in the middle of the forest at night with animals, you can't scare me. What's going to happen is going to happen. Oh, this is a good one. What if I don't pay? We will start the attack at the indicated date and uphold it until you do. There's no countermeasure to this. You will only end up wasting more money trying to find a solution. We will completely destroy your reputation among people and your customers. This is not a hoax. Do not reply to this email. Don't try to reason or negotiate. We will not read any replies." What the hell? You know what? Thank God I'm not one to be scared. You cannot scare me with shit like this. Dark, dark forest, yes. Maybe in a neighborhood where, people are shooting everybody. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But this, what's going to happen? I don't care what happens. You destroy the website, you can't destroy anything about me. They picked the wrong person to try to scare. And that's a scary email, isn't it?
It's very scary. It's all scary. It's all fear. It's actually leaning into terror of I'm going to terrorize you until I get my money. And listen, the red flags went off for me right away. It's such a bullshit scammer move. I mean, there's all these online phone scammers. I can tell even a mail tech, like mailing UPS, your package has arrived, whatever it is. If I
Yes.
just pay attention to the grammar, the context, logic, and not my fear, I'm able to spot these. This is such that is such a messy. I could see a teenager writing that and hoping to get $3,000, and it would work with someone that is inspired.
Emphatically fearful.
Thank you. Yes, it would with someone emphatically fearful. I'm on my website, my reputation. No one's gonna do anything. I mean, it's just wow. And I do want to, not to toot my own horn here, because I have been
Toot toot.
toot toot
Toot toot. Toot
I
toot.
have been the victim of a scam before. I'm not above it, and I'm not smart enough to be immune to it.
Hold on. Was that the Amway scam?
That was the first biggest one. That was, and you were really good with me with that. You said, I remember you cautioning me, but I don't remember you rolling your eyes and telling me, Nathan, you're an idiot. Nathan, it's a scam. I remember you cautioning me, but I don't really remember all the details. But
I am a very good mother. Yes.
You were a good mother with that, and I was hooked.
Line and sinker, like a sucker on a fishing pole. And yeah, and yeah, the scams are just, come on. But that's why you have to keep a constant connection, a constant open connection to phone call your mother.
To your mother. And I did. And I do want to say, with that particular scam, I wasn't afraid. I had this fantasy. I had this fantasy of being a millionaire, of being somebody very successful and smart and connected with other money-making people. And I found an easy way. I found the easiest way to make money. I mean, that's another, it's not fear-based, but there's something off universally about that, off spiritually about that. Oh, I found the ticket. It's so easy. All I got to do is just sell this toilet paper and these candy bars.
Is that what you were doing? You were selling toilet paper and candy bars? Is that what happened?
Well, it wasn't. It was a whole package of products like that.
Now, I remember you telling me about another group, and I said, Nathan, no. It was at that group?
Well, there was another time I was hooked. It wasn't. I don't know when this was, but there was another one like that, I think.
Okay, listen. Call your mother, please.
Don't I call you enough?
No, you don't.
I mean, do I have to spend my whole life just calling you and talking to you?
No, you. Well.
Well, let me think about that.
Well, I think that would be beneficial. We this learning the hard way.
Trust me, honey, talking to you is the hard way.
Touche. Mommy's always right.
Mommy's always right.
Mommy's not always right, but mommy knows a lot of stuff.
Well, you've had more experience and time, and you've been around the block.
I have been around the block more than once. Speaking about that, it's your turn for a new topic.
Okay, well, thank you. I was going to piggyback off of, I don't even remember anymore, but the topic is being.
Oh, I just dropped something.
That's so funny. That hasn't gotten old to me yet. It's funny every time.
Thank God.
So,
'Cause soon-
anyways,
Because soon it'll be, don't bend over and don't pretend you're dropping something that's not funny anymore.
that's right, because I'm flexible. I'm mentally flexible.
Oh, good. Good one. You're emphatic. You seem like you were emphatic about it too.
Anyways, it's about not having goals and being in the moment, and how if I do have a goal, the best way to get to that goal is to not have a goal about it and to be in the process of it. Like your book, like anything. I'm trying to think of a goal that I have. I can have the goal, but my attention is not on the future, not on the future. It's on the process and the moment.
You are bringing up such a good topic. I don't know if I can find this. No, I can't find it now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I may be able to find it. What a great topic. Is that the goal? When you say goals, what kind of goal is it? Is a goal to for an achievement?
It is an achievement. It's an achievement. It's something I'm getting, something I did, something I'm doing.
And so question, I have a question for you. And so accomplishing this goal and this achievement, is there an expectation? Okay, are you accomplishing the goal or the achievement for what purpose?
Exactly. Well, the basic purpose is I think I'm going to feel better doing that. And it's going to save me from whatever happened along the way. Whatever feelings or experiences happened, it's all going to be okay because I got this achievement.
You just don't know how perfect this is.
Here we go with the email. Let's go.
No, this is an email. This is something that your mother wrote in 22, which is in my new book, Program for Unhappiness. I used to think that when I found my purpose, and I'm not going to read it all. I used to think when I found my purpose, I'd be happy. So you're talking about for a feeling, achieving a goal to get a feeling. Am I right?
That's right.
Achieving a goal to get a feeling. And so this whole thing, in fact, one of the topics says lies that are sold. My chapter is lies that are sold, lies that are told and sold. So one of the lies is find your purpose and you'll be happy. Well, I have a question. Didn't Michael Jackson, Prince, Elvis, Anthony Bourdain, Robin Williams find their purpose?
It looked like it to me.
Mm-hmm. So I'm reevaluating, and I'm very emphatic about this. My purpose is to monitor and celebrate my growth. My purpose is to vibrate an energy of peace and contentment, regardless of my circumstances. My purpose is to laugh and enjoy this life with whatever it brings. And my purpose is to be okay with uncertainty. And my purpose is to is to practice living in the present moment. And my purpose is to live in the present moment. My purpose is to look in the mirror for solutions and be myself without shame. My purpose is to surrender in every moment without resistance. And my purpose is to practice all the above as often as possible, period.
I love all of that. That was touching me as well. I'm hearing flexibility, what we've already been talking about, and I'm hearing in the moment. And I also heard you use the word monitor. I'm hearing a continuous showing up to that purpose. This is ongoing. This is moving, like how we say next moment. This isn't I've achieved this and it's over. I'm working towards this one thing and it's over. This is everyday, continuous moment, over and over again. And that's what I heard in your your declaration, it's really, really moving and truthful, and it's expansive. It's a purpose. It covers a lot.
And the purpose is our universe is a universal connection, as opposed to my ego's purpose. There's a big difference. My ego, but it poor ego. It's on life support. But my ego wants my book to be a New York Times bestseller. Quite frankly, I really don't care anymore. My ego's been silent so much with that. I don't even care if one person reads it. So and I really don't. I had to get this book out. I had to vomit this book out. But there's no ego-based purpose, okay, or human purpose versus a universal purpose. I'm siding with the universal purpose.
Well, I want to bounce right off of what you said. I want to get this out. You said vomit it out. I see it as birthing it out, and that's where I want to get to as well. I want to get to this place of whatever I make, whatever I write, whatever song I write, dance, anything that I draw, even doing this with you, anything I do is for me, because it's in me, and I'm the only one that can do it like this. So I'm going to get this out. And then what happens after that is really none of my business, and it's not in my control. And I'm going to go all the way back. Last thing I'll say is to go back to the kids, to the parents and the kids. The parent has the kid, but where the kid goes from there, and what they get involved with, and what they like and what they don't like, and how much trouble they get in, and whatever it is really, it's not their business, and they don't have control over it. And I will circle it back with the cats, because I thought when I got them, it's the last thing I'll say, I thought when I got them, I would be okay with letting them go. With if they wanted to go outside, they really wanted to live outside, I would be cool with that. And now I'm a little, I'm hesitant. I don't know if I feel like I would want them here for me, even if they wanted to get out. If I saw them coming at the door, because I see them at the door, or they're curious. So it's just gotten me thinking about my control, and really loving them, and not having them for me.
Well, as a parent, one of the things that you are concerned about their safety, and that's normal.
Right. True.
So getting them out with like you said, cat leashes. Listen, they didn't even have cat leashes when I was younger. A cat leash, that's just been invented in the last 2 years. Cat leashes. Oh, sorry, I digress. But your concern is for their safety. I don't feel that your concern is you don't want them outside, because you're an outside guy. Go to the beach and enjoy nature. But for me, I mean, I'm thinking it's just for their safety, because cats. Well, and plus you're in the city, so it's totally
Right.
different than if you were in Roseburg or on a farm. You can let them go out and they would come back. But in a city, it's totally different. So I'm just feeling it is a safety issue, and you're just being a good parent.
Okay, I'll take that. And just, I'm thinking about that freedom thing too. They're still young, but I'm just thinking about freedom, and kids and offspring need to be with their parents for a certain amount of time anyway. But those are just some things that I'm thinking of, and I think what you said is true.
And they have dog parks. I don't know if they have cat parks or cat hotels. Hey, let's go. If you really want them to get out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's another one. What else? Oh, yeah. So anyway, my purpose is to grow. My purpose is to accept myself without criticism or complaints. Yes, all. And then finally, my purpose is to share what I've learned about this thing called happiness with anyone who is interested or not.
I love all that. I think that's a good place to be terminus, have our show be terminus.
All right. And we were supposed to sing our Terminer Day. Speaking of
Yes.
terminus.
Yes. So when we're a little off timing, so we can still do it, but we're not going to be completely in sync, just so you know.
Thank you for explaining that to no one that's listening or no one. But that makes it even funnier. I'm
Yes.
going to start it off.
All right.
Excuse me, what a charming.
Tarminer day.
I said I was going to start it off.
And I'm letting you start it off. And I was
Oh,
explaining it, but it was to you. Let's go. They're waiting for it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Excuse me, what a Tarminer day.
Excuse me, what a Tarminer day. Bing, bang, bong. Tarminer day.
I've got
I
a
got a
bing,
bing, bang,
bong.
bong. Tarminer day. There's no delay.
There is a delay.
There's a delay in your singing.
I forgot about the I've got a bing, bang, bong Tarminer day. That's a good part.
Let's start it again. One more and
No,
do it
please,
right.
no. We'll do it again next week.
But next week it'll be old. Last time I'll sing it by
You can
myself
do
if
it.
you don't want to sing.
Just do it a fast version, please.
Excuse me, what a Tarminer day. Excuse me, what a Tarminer day. I got a bing, bang, bong. Tarminer day. You got to sing, sang, song. Tarminer day. Last call. Excuse me, what a Tarminer day.
Woo! That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.
No embarrassment here.
Apparently not.
He's the one with the voice.
Well, I heard your song the other day, and you've got a little voice on you too, with a pretty melody.
You mean the song that that one? I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about my psychedelic. Yes, that just came to me.
Yeah.
And my original first song is driving, going downtown, going to find me a baby. I was 13 years old. Psychedelic dresses driving me crazy. Neon lights, they're all right. Make me feel out of sight. She's a psychedelic, psychedelic. She's a psychedelic, psychedelic. She's a psychedelic. Everybody. Ooh.
Oh. Okay, that had a whole beginning, middle, end there.
That's right.
It's a little catchy. I'm gonna have to
Catch up.
catch up.
And remember, call your mother as much as possible.
That's right, because she has all the right answers.
A lot of answers.
I'll call you right after the show.
Okay, please do. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.